It's another live stream from EscalanteXD. Today, I'll be playing Diablo 3. It's been a long time, obviously. There's been updates I haven't seen. They're asking me to look at some end-user agreements. Apparently, things have changed legally for Blizzard. And I have to read through all this. There should be other things that I should be aware of. General, blah, blah. Anyways, it's been a long time since I played, and I'm pretty sure there's leaderboards now. Stuff for one-player seasonal challenges. It's all pretty interesting stuff, but I'm not trying to get there. So I'm going to make a different seasonal character this time, and I think I'm going to go with I might go with a monk. Yeah, I think I'll go monk. I haven't played monks very much lately, so maybe this will be interesting. And I'll play hardcore, just because, why not? And I think that's a perfect name. Don't need to change it. P-Tor. Whatever that is. Hopefully I won't die quickly. I love how they let you use the difficulties how you wish, but if you're playing hardcore, you probably want to start easy. Now Diablo 3 is very story based until you start going, you know, in depth with side quests, missions, and stuff like that after the storyline. But you could choose to do things other than the story. And because I'm not in the habit of ruining the story, even though I'm sure most of you who are watching this have already played through the story, I just don't see a point in it. Alright, so this is PlayStation version, so right stick is going to be rolling around, X is the attack. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I'm definitely not aware how to do this. Buffs, triune of creation, random buffs popping up everywhere when I attack. That's really new to me.
The fallen star has upset the balance.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming. We can't open the gates
So
until we
I'm going to be pretty much rushing through here. If you want storyline, just let me know in the comments below. But other than that, Diablo is all about attacking massive amounts of monsters and beating up everything. Do special moves, and hopefully, since I'm hardcore, not dying.
My mind is...
I've never seen anyone fight like that before. Guards, open the gates. We'll find Leah at the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
I do enjoy the storyline, so I don't want anybody to think differently. The storyline's really good. I just don't see a point in trying to play through it on a stream, especially if I'm trying to show you guys what's going on. For those of you who are new to my channel, you'll notice that I'll rush through most of the storyline. This is a new game, so
Killing business.
You know,
the dead will
you'll see me go through it quickly. You can always check what I'm doing by the quests up on the top left if you have the screen full. Apologize to anybody who's watching this on the phone. It might be a little hard to read. Can't do anything about it. When I stream, that broadcast circle is right there. So just have to deal.
I will help, but will not.
They're attacking the barricades.
I forgot how enjoyable it is to kill things. On Diablo. Not in real life. Don't get me wrong.
That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
Unfortunately, roll doesn't make you go faster. Wish it did. That'd be nice. Looks like I need a heal. Better be careful, I might die. Oh, oh. Monk and his Kung Fu style way of doing things. I wonder if there is a way to heal. There should be like bots that randomly show up, but I haven't seen any. Get over there. Don't run away from me. Surprisingly, it is oddly satisfying to play this. I don't know if I'm going the right way. Oh, there's a right way.
Not enough spirit.
I'm running out of spirit. The spirit is dwindling. Well, I'm regenerating somehow. Don't know how that's working out. I'm not seeing any equipment jobs here. I think there's a lot more. I'm still frazzled about that whole things popping up out of nowhere. This buff circles. Completely new to me. I don't know if it's
While exploring
for
the cave with hopes of finding
him,
hidden treasure,
or
I came
is
upon
that
a
for every
most
character?
grisly
I haven't been
sight.
keeping up with
A
the
heap of
updates.
dead bodies.
I apologize ahead of
Unbelievably,
time.
as I was searching them for any items of value, they began to rise. I must tell them of this in New Tristram before it's too late.
Before it's too late.
Are no more. The town should be safe. Now.
Alright. Okay, I see where I'm supposed to go. If you know me by now,
The king has
I
gone
am
mad.
horrible with directions,
Executing
so I'm
anyone
not
his
gonna find my way
paranoid eye
without a
falls
map.
on. None of us are safe.
And even, you know, in real life, I still have a hard time finding my way. I think I've mentioned that before, but for those of you new and just watching this because of Diablo 3, yeah. Horrible with directions. Always have been, always will. The thing I always found about that was funny about Diablo is, you know, your weapon doesn't really change your ability's look. You're still punching in the face. See how the weapons just disappear when I'm doing my normal moves? It's like that all the time. Whether it's good or bad, I mean, that's entirely up to you. You can decide. I wish you could run faster, Monk.
The ruins of Old Tristram. The shadow of Diablo still hangs over this place.
I remember mentioning, if you've looked at my Borderlands 3 stream, I really see a huge resemblance to both Diablo 3 and Borderlands series. Mostly because of the loot drops and also because of how skills work. Like, unlike Borderlands 3, you don't have to spend any money to customize your character in Diablo 3. But, and I believe in Diablo 2, once you learn a skill and put points into it, that is it. That is permanent. You're not moving. You can easily mess up your character. Which I'm glad Diablo 3 did away with that. Because, that sucked. It made, you basically had to premeditate your builds in that game. And I'm sure a lot of players like that, and I'm sure they like the challenge of that. I personally hated it. It sucked.
Thank you for your help.
Nor
It's been so long. Alright, that's how you do it. Apparently there's a new X move. Well, that's fun. Like all these games, you kind of have to spend time looking at what you got. Making sure you got the right thing. Sell your equipment that you don't need. I'm pretty good at it
I've got some. I
for
worked
most
my
of the
hands to
time.
the bone to bring you these
I've never
fine
really
goods.
actually had an issue with that. I can pretty much sort through all my equipment without any issue whatsoever. Not bragging, just
come.
used to it.
Let us search for your uncle.
We'll need to Here, let me open the gate. Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Decker.
What happened to your
Nice.
father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram fell to the demons.
Hopefully, I'm not gonna die soon.
Look!
I know I said
Hidden
that, but I
cellar.
just
Follow me.
Your mother's secret.
hate the idea of
People
dying
said
a
she was a
hardcore
witch,
character so
but I
quick
never
into my
believed.
stream. That would be bad.
I don't have enough spirit.
Here's the key.
I will
Thank
find
you.
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake. The shadows close in on Tristram once again.
This is
But
such a
like
dark
Aiden,
game.
I'll be gone before they fall.
It's almost depressing at times, especially during certain story plots, but of course the hero always prevails, and then evil somehow manages to lurk its way back into your life. You have another challenge set before you. It's kind of like real life, if you're into that, you know, heaven and earth stuff. Not to say that I don't believe, but I'm not going to say that I don't believe either. That's up for you to decide. But it's a great take on the mythology. Totally.
Tristram Cathedral.
I always found it
The Star
interesting how
Village.
things get interpreted. Like in God of War 3. I love how they interpreted the gods and how, you know, they're almost like, it seems the gods are more like superhumans rather than actual gods. Like, they can still be killed. Obviously, you'd like to be a god to kill one, but it still brings a little bit of realism. Realistically, you know, you still can die regardless of who you are. But they never do mention, like, where you go after death, except for, like, Hades. But I'm pretty sure, God, you know, Kratos kind of killed everybody there, so Lord knows where you go now. There's a soul plane.
The star fell
I do
here.
remember that. I could be wrong. You can correct me, but I believe that you know, the souls just get, you know, moved. Depending on what you believed in, I'm guessing. That's what I'm guessing. It's always confused me. Because, like, the Greek gods, you go down to Hades, and then in the Valhalla, you either, well, in Norse mythology, you go to Valhalla, or you get stuck into the soul plane where you just wander around. Almost similar to a lot of religions. Don't really know too much about them. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I do. But Diablo 3 and Diablo 2 and Diablo 1 never really explained where you went after death. Kind of makes you wonder. Almost like if you die, you just end up as a monster somewhere. At least that's what I believe. So, you may notice that in Diablo 3, there's a lot of hacking, slashing, a whole bunch of kicking when it comes to the monk. And you'll be finding a lot of that. If you're into it, it's not for everybody, that's for sure. But, if you like grindy games, this is the game for you. And you don't have to invest a whole lot of time into it like a normal MMO. You know, it is probably not considered an MMO, considering that you can have 4 players, but since they do have an online community, I would go and say that it is an MMO plus RPG. It's just not super massive. It's like MMO Lite. It's wonderful though. I do enjoy it. A lot of people would prefer their free-to-plays, don't want to buy their games, but I find more enjoyment out of games that you buy, because you know what you're getting, and you're getting the full game, unless they're, you know, constantly adding more updates, well, not updates, what you would call it, hey, when my mind goes blank, expansions, that's what we're looking for. Tons of expansions for World of Warcraft, which I find kind of silly because you still have to buy in-game stuff. I know, I went totally left field. World of Warcraft has so many expansions, it was ridiculous. I try to keep up with it, but the game is just, I don't know how to explain it, but it felt bland to me. It didn't feel like the World of Warcraft that I would prefer. WoW is not my cup of tea. I'm not trying to dishearten it. I'm sure in its own right it's a good game, but in my opinion and the way I feel about it, it's just not the kind of game I'm looking for. And a lot of time needs to be invested, because I remember it took me forever just to get anywhere in that game. And while it's awesome to work hard at it, I'm an adult. And let's be frank, as a grown man having to work for a living and to make his money, putting 8 hours a day into a job, if not more, it just, it doesn't seem alright. And then, like, if you're trying to compete in a game like that, and you actually have a side life where you actually have to take care of responsibilities, it just makes it damn near impossible to beat any kind of a competition to anybody, especially if you're doing PvP. I mean, you're just not going to go anywhere. At least in games like Diablo 3, you can actually become a monster. It may take you some time, but you'd actually be able to compete with other players, especially if you know how to build and you put a little time into level grinding. Because obviously your paragons would take to effect. And there's such things like low-level PvP, if you're into that. A lot of people are, and they are hardcore into putting, you know, they're all into stuff low-level and not increasing their level. I personally have never been a fan of PvP. It's not something that I look at as something I want to do. I mean, I casually do it, but not very often. Maybe when the challenge is presented to myself. And most of the time I get completely
and
creamed.
I'm cursed.
Holy crap,
Once the
I get
captain of King the Oryx
completely
army,
creamed in that.
I lived only to honor my land and my king.
I'm
Than
not
I had
a
for
pro
mine,
gamer.
even as
There's
I
a
drove my
huge
blade through
difference
his
between the
dark
two.
and corrupted heart.
I hardcore enjoy and love gaming. I do a lot of gaming in my free time, along with the streams. But I would never consider myself somebody of a pro caliber. Those people are sick. I've seen some videos of Street Fighter, and I know I'm way out of whack here, but I've seen some Street Fighter players that put me to shame. And I do enjoy me some good old Street Fighter. I do. I enjoy pretty much almost every genre, as long as the game is well done and well played. Kudos to the creators for doing so well. I will enjoy it. But to be in competition level with those people, oh man. I mean, the hours of dedication you would have to set to one game. I don't have the attention span. I don't. It takes a whole kind of focus that I do not have to be that good. I felt like I put like a little too much focus in Borderlands 3, for my taste anyway. Because normally, if I play a game, and you can ask anybody who knows me personally, I'll sit there and see a new game that came out and try that instead, and just play that for a while. You know, I'll jump back and forth. But you know, Borderlands 3 is a good game, and it does catch me. And it's one of those games where I can play with my significant other and be happy that I get to spend some time with her. Doing that. I know she's not a huge gamer like I am, but it is so much more fun to just spend some time with her and stuff like that. And it's one of those games that you can. You don't have to be abnormally good to actually play Borderlands 3. You don't actually have to be abnormally good to play this one either. I do enjoy playing this one with her. The only issue that I have playing with her in this one, and I've told her before, but you know, when you start a character, you know, you kind of want to stick with the character and play it and try to play all the way through the end, because you get the satisfaction of getting your character to be like, strong,
instilling the notion of an imminent
well, she doesn't play that often, and that's not her fault. She's not a gamer,
the Archbishop.
and I don't expect
the
her
councillors
to be,
nodded their empty heads in agreement. And
it is
sent us off
fun
to
when
die.
we get to play and try out different games all together, though. It really is. I wish we could do more. I actually, the most blast that I've ever had with her in playing a game, no lie, is Monster Hunter. And you would think, because it's a very hard, expert kind of game, that, you know, why would a gamer who's not very frequent in gaming, and she's not really hardcore, she doesn't play that often, be good at it? It doesn't matter, because she just picks up stuff, and she's amazing. She's very quick at learning things, even though she doesn't believe in herself. She's super amazing at that, and I have to respect her. Because if I have this feeling like if she was a hardcore gamer like me, she'd probably beat the crap out of me in any game we played, if she actually put the dedication and time that I put into mine. That's the scary part about her. I'm almost kind of glad she isn't for that reason, because I don't know how it would feel with my self-esteem after she beats the crap out of me in any game. It would be awful. I don't know. I might be proud, maybe, I don't know, but it definitely is a joy when we do actually get to play her, because she does catch on quick, and generally almost everything she does, she catches on quick, which is hilarious, because a lot of people, you know, underestimated her when she was younger. I mean, I'm not going to go too far into her backstory, but, you know, growing up she had difficulties with learning and stuff like that. But it's not a matter of the fact that she doesn't learn well, it's that she learns a certain way. And a lot of people out there, like you might be one of those people who will sit there and, you know, sit there in a classroom and do awful, but then you can turn around and work on a car and do amazing, you know, and you just pick up things quicker because you're more of a hands-on learner. you know, she's one of those. So, you know, it's very easy to underestimate people like that, and it's a shame too, because since I've known her, I've known her to be extremely smart. No matter what she does, she's amazing at whatever she tries and actually puts her mind to do. So, you know, be careful, guys. You know, you may think that somebody out there is, you know, dumb as a bag of rocks, that they can't do anything. No, it's not that. Everybody learns very differently, and you should be very wary about somebody who learns differently but found their passion in life, because they'll take your job. I'm telling you. You think you're hot shit now? Wait till that one person goes and destroys all your expectations altogether. You know. That's why I have never in my whole entire life counted her as anything but my equal, because she picks up everything. But I mean, enough about her. Let's go deep into this game. So as you can see, Diablo 3 is probably one of the most dullest games if you don't have anybody to play with. I am currently playing this solo. I don't think I have it open to other players. I might. I don't know. I'm not sure. Not like it really matters. Not that I have a problem streaming while playing with other people, but when people jump on, you know, I have to let them know that I'm streaming, because you know, some people don't want to be you know, on somebody else's video or anything. It's kind of like a stage fright thing. They just don't want to be heard. Some people don't even mic out. It's in a multiplayer game. If you don't mic, you know, that's fine. I'm not judging you, but it kind of defeats a lot of the point of teamwork. You know, I couldn't see myself playing console and not being able to have a mic on with somebody else, because how are you going to communicate to that person? What, are you going to stop what you're doing and type it out? I don't know about you, but I definitely don't have the typing hands to be jumping back from, you know, my controller to a keyboard. Maybe if I'm taking a break or something, possibly, but not while during gameplay, which I do enjoy playing with other people in some cases. Some people are a little more serious about their gameplay than I am, which is, I guess, alright. I mean, I don't know. I think that once you get too far and you start insulting other people for not being as good as you and not actually putting the dedication that you in, I think you're killing the game for them, and you're ruining the experience that, you know, they could be having just because you want to have it your way. You know, but to each their own. I mean, that's just my opinion.
It is wonderful to hear that Leah is well.
I don't like being told that I'm doing something wrong while I'm playing a game the way I want to play it.
Through old maps I found. We must discuss the fallen.
So far so good. I have not, you know, been close to dying as far as I've seen. I've been paying attention, believe it or not.
Uncle,
Probably
you're
shouldn't
alive.
say that.
Time runs.
Not much.
Please, Uncle.
I'm actually enjoying just playing the game.
The
Kind of scary though.
key
This could
log.
all
The
end
key.
with one super badass monster just coming out of nowhere and beat the hell out of me for no reason. In hardcore, I remember when I played hardcore in Diablo 2. I mean, I would sit there and redo acts and just level grind just because I didn't want the chance of me actually dying. And the sad part is there's a cap. So really, after you level grind to a certain point, it's just, you know, grinding for gear and hoping to God that it drops. And I'm pretty sure it's no different in this game either.
My friend.
Must be done.
But, you know, I gotta give myself some sort of a
My
challenge.
love, forgive me.
It
This part's just so disturbing, having to kill your own wife. Ugh. I could not even imagine how brutal it would be to do something like this to your own wife. Like, if a zombie apocalypse were to happen, what would you do if your wife turned into a zombie? You know, a lot of people would say, well, I would try to, you know, keep her safe and, you know, secluded. But, I mean, is that really a way for them to live? I mean,
As it happens,
would you be able to kill your own zombie wife? I don't think I could. I think I would just have to run away. I mean, you just, it's one of those situations where it's really hard to even put yourself in that state of mind as, what would you do? That poor guy. I mean, I know he's a character, but it's still a horrible story. That's how dark Diablo gets. Their storyline is so dark. Like, they pretty much drain all the hope you have. and it ends up being that you are the only hope that anybody has. Which makes you feel good inside a little bit. But, you know, one person has limitations. Like in everything. Like in real life. You can only do so much. And time is the biggest enemy everyone ever has. Oh Lord, no.
Not enough spirit.
Oh God. Now, if it seems like I'm talking more in this stream than I did in the other Borderlands stream, I'll tell you why. Because, like I said before, playing by yourself is super boring. So why not have some entertainment and talk to other people while you're doing it? Well, I mean, well, obviously you can't talk back to me. You can comment, you know, but that's about all you can do. You could probably talk to me if you join my live stream. If that's what you really want to do. Or you can join me. However you want to do it. I mean, by the way, this is a social game. End of story. You cannot play this by yourself for a long period of time. It's hard. It's a little rough. And these legendaries, minions and stuff are kicking my butt. It's taking forever to kill them. Man, look at that. I'm just beating you in the face.
I don't have enough spirit.
Yeah, I realize that. At least they drop good stuff. But Lord, it took a minute. I'm so used to just killing them in 3 seconds. Maybe I need to change my equipment. I don't know. It might be a good idea. Whoa. Finally got some kind of regen. So I don't need to worry about my health nearly as much. You know, I think this is like the second time I've ever played the monk. I've never actually fully maxed out a monk, but he's not so bad. I don't know why I didn't keep on going with him. Maybe because he just looks goofy. That's probably it. You know, aesthetics is key when it comes to gaming. You want to look badass. Unfortunately, Diablo limits that by quite a bit. You can't do much to your character except for change their equipment and change their equipment color. But the overall base of the character is still there. So if they got a weird looking limp, you're stuck with that limp. You know, that's it. I don't even think I have any armor on, to be honest with you. It looks like the monk is just wearing a dress. Well, he's got pants. Thank goodness. Imagine getting kicked in the face by a monk with no underwear. That's scary. Your final moments of getting knocked the hell out. A big old bag of saggy balls right there in your face. That's super not attractive. Oh, I got a leg cramp. Leg cramp. Why? This is what I get for sitting on the floor. Gingy did promise me a chair. I am so looking forward to that.
The blacksmith apprentice is
That would
dead.
be an awesome Christmas
I should
present.
tell Hedrick when next we meet.
She's so good to me. At this point, I'm just looking for monsters to kill. And, you know, eventually when you play, you'll notice that that's pretty much what you'll be doing for most of Diablo 3 is just looking for stuff to kill, exploring, looting, trying to find the best kind of equipment possible. When you get to further levels, you'll just be picking up certain kinds of loot. You won't be picking up all of them, but you'll, if you see a rare or a legendary, you're definitely picking that up over anything else. There is an equipment, you know, limit, so you'll start to be more picky about what you pick up later on. That I can guarantee you. Oh, Lord. Lordy, Lordy. Not a lot of good stuff. Well, this one seems to be pretty good. Hopefully I didn't lose my regen, but I just picked it up not too long ago. I don't even know how I got it, but apparently I'm regenerating. That's a good thing. I feel like Donatello from the Ninja
I
Turtles
don't have
just
enough spirit.
spinning around my staff here and beating him in the face with it. And I'm not talking about the classic video game. Whew. You don't want me to get started on how hard the Nintendo Ninja Turtles is. I do remember how ridiculous that was, and I did manage to beat it. But good Lord, was that such a difficult game. I have a lot of difficult games that I've played, and that's probably top tier difficult for me. I mean, you may have had an easy time. I don't know. If you even heard the game, you know. I'm going way back in the day. And where I started on, actually, funny enough, I started on Atari, which was before my time. But those games back in the day, that was a whole nother level of difficulty. Whoa. That poison's really eating me up. Thanks a lot, guys. This guy's just poisoning everything.
Not enough
Stop
spirit.
poisoning it. I don't want to die yet. No. Bad monster. Bad.
My strides grow longer.
Oh. Well, I'm glad your strides go longer. There's not a very things you can say about that. But let's not talk about that. That's horrible. Really grueling. I mean, I'm just beaten to death. He's just not taking it. You'd be messed up if those worms were a hell of a lot more powerful than normal worms. And after you just spent all that time killing that huge thing, now you have to spend all that time with 3 separate worms just as strong, or if not stronger. That would be awful. It's dark in here. No, I'm not doing too bad with the mob. I mean, I know it's normal difficulty, but it's not so bad. It could be a lot worse. I'm not exactly the most badass, but I'm definitely giving them a run for their money. That's
I
look at
need
that.
spirit.
I'm doing beautifully. I gave the Necromancer a try. But, I mean, the monk ain't so bad. Not bad at all. I'll give him a 2 thumbs up out of 3. Yeah, I know. Seriously? Well, it's because you can only have 2 thumbs up anyway. I'm just messing with you guys. And I'm the only one judging here, not anybody else. So there. Just have to deal with my weird analogies. Or you can just shut it off. I mean, it's up to you. What? Whatever you want to do. It's all good. It's a shame, because these monsters are taking forever to kill, and I really want to get into the heart of the game before the stream ends, because I will end the stream here. But this, like every other game like this, is a total time killer. And remember what I mentioned before, time is your greatest enemy.
I don't have enough
especially
spirit.
when you're at work. I think that's my adversary for anything working with. Oh man. There are days where time is with me. There's time where time is against me. Either way, it is still an enemy. Oh Lord, my leg is numb. So, to summarize, since I only have 2.5 more minutes left on this stream, Diablo 3 is an amazing game to play. I recommend it to anybody, especially as friends. You know, get your friends into it. It may not be for everybody, but it can be, especially socially, because you can mindlessly talk all throughout this whole game to your buddies, to your friends, to anybody. And if I can talk to you guys, but if you believe it or not, I am literally talking to myself while talking to you. It takes a special kind of ability to do that. I promise you. If I could talk to you guys, no one around me, just endlessly talking about things in random succession. I mean, imagine the conversations you'll have with your friends. It's kind of like, instead of having your face in a phone and putting your attention on a phone, and you know how people are when you talk to people on their phone, and it's almost like you can't get a word edgewise out of them, and most of the time they're only halfway listening. With this, you put on a mic and you could just talk endlessly while beating up baddies. I mean, it's just one of those kinds of games. Get over here, Luke guy. Very fun to play with friends. I mean, not a lot of concentration is needed to play this game, unless, you know, you're seriously doing something. I don't know what you're doing. I can possibly tell what you're doing. If you can't pay attention to your friends while playing through this game, and you're a horrible friend. You need to work on yourself. I mean, you should just be paying attention to your friends anyway, if you have any. I have one best friend. I know that sounds bad, but seriously, that's all I need. Just one best friend. Multiple acquaintances, but not like completely wrong. No, I wanted his money. I'm not strong enough to take his money. Anyways, I'm gonna end it from here. I hope you guys enjoyed the game and the conversation that we had. It's been fun, guys. We could try this again another time. But for now, I bid you adieu. Bye!